Hey human, welcome to Everyday Affirmations with me, Blaine Katona. Today we are looking at where anxiety comes from and what the brain is doing. Quick clarity, this is not diagnosis and it is not treatment. We are talking about everyday anticipatory anxiety, the kind that shows up when something matters and your brain and body feel activated. Anxiety in everyday life is often the brain's protective rehearsal of possible future threat, especially when something important feels at stake. The human brain is a prediction machine. It is constantly running simulations ahead of you. This is efficient. It allows you to prepare, adjust, and protect. Most of the time, you experience this as planning. Anxiety is what happens when prediction turns into threat rehearsal. In this way, the brain is built around one core question: could this hurt? Not is this likely? Not is this reasonable? Just could this hurt? If the answer is even slightly yes, the brain flags it and prepares the body. Then the imagination steps in. It says, genuinely, I've been holding these options for you. 47 of them. Let's sort them out, all before breakfast. The brain pulls from memory and looks for patterns. When have we seen something like this before? What did it cost us? What felt unstable? What felt unsafe? If unpredictability once led to instability, uncertainty becomes suspicious. If visibility once led to rejection, exposure becomes risky. If achievement once secured belonging, falling short feels dangerous. The brain prioritizes possibility over probability. It cares less about how likely something is and more about whether it could cause harm. From a survival standpoint, missing one real threat mattered more than overreacting to 10 harmless ones. So, rehearsal continues. The mind offers options. What if you fail? What if you lose belonging? What if you succeed and somehow ruin it? Rehearsal feels like preparation. It creates the illusion of control. The problem is that possibility has no ceiling. Belief shapes the rehearsal. If somewhere along the way you learn that approval equals safety, the brain scans for rejection. If you learned that control equals stability, it scans for unpredictability. If you learned that performance secures belonging, then it scans for failure. Anxiety often forms at the intersection of imagination and unexamined belief. Sometimes the body activates before a clear thought forms, and the brain detects uncertainty and prepares first. The mind then builds a story to match the energy. Other times, the thought appears first and the body follows. Either way, it becomes a loop. This is design. Anxiety becomes disruptive when protective prediction is applied to situations that no longer require that level of protection. The brain is attempting to prevent pain, using information gathered in a different season of your life. Anxiety tends to gather around themes. For example, it centers on performance. If I fail, something important about me changes. Or for others, it centers on belonging. And it sounds like, if I'm misunderstood, I lose connection. Sometimes it centers on control, and it can sound like, if I cannot predict this, I am unsafe. And sometimes responsibility. And it sounds like, if I get this wrong, it costs more than just me. Sometimes it's around identity. And it sounds like, If this changes, who am I inside of it? These are different predictions your brain has learned to run when uncertainty appears. When you notice which theme repeats for you, the fear becomes more precise. Instead of I am anxious, it becomes I'm predicting rejection, or I'm attaching safety to control. Clarity changes the experience. Once the prediction is visible, it can be examined, and examined predictions lose some of their authority. As you sit with this week, understand that you may notice it once and then forget for a few days. You may remember mid-spiral. You may remember afterward. That's okay. There is often a gap between awareness and action. Honor that gap. It does not mean you're failing. It means you're practicing. This is not mastery. It is repetition. The brain updates through repetition. Patterns shift through repetition. The way you respond shifts through repetition. So if you try this once and then fall back into old rehearsal, that does not erase the work. It means you are interrupting an old pattern and slowly strengthening a new one. This is a practice. So, let's take a big, deep breath in. Quiet the mind. Open self. Now, let's begin. I am learning to notice when my mind is trying to protect me. I am learning to notice when my mind is trying to protect me. I can appreciate my brain's effort without believing every fear. I can appreciate my brain's effort without believing every fear. I am capable of pausing before accepting anxious thoughts as truth. I am capable of pausing before accepting anxious thoughts as truth. I am learning to release the habit of rehearsing worst-case scenarios. I am learning to release the habit of rehearsing worst-case scenarios. I am learning to separate possibility from probability. I am learning to separate possibility from probability. I trust myself to handle real situations as they arise. I trust myself to handle real situations as they arise. I do not need to solve problems that have not happened yet. I do not need to solve problems that have not happened yet. I choose interpretations that strengthen me. I choose interpretations that strengthen me. I allow my mind to settle before drawing conclusions. I allow my mind to settle before drawing conclusions. I trust my ability to refine my thoughts with patience and clarity. I trust my ability to refine my thoughts with patience and clarity. Protection is not the enemy. Outdated protection just needs updating. Your brain is learning. Be gentle with yourself. Until next time, keep affirming, keep believing, and keep becoming the change you wish to see in the world.